Welcome to RidgeLife. I'm Tim, and today on RidgeLife's Reviews and How-Tos, we've got the 4 cubic foot electric concrete mixer from YardMax. Going to give you a step-by-step on how to assemble it and how to use it. For my concrete needs, I'm going to be using this YardMax 4 cubic foot electric concrete mixer. I got it at Lowe's, got the military discount. I actually got about as pretty good a deal as I could have got at Harbor Freight, again for a Lowe's YardMax. So I'm pretty happy with this. Let's see what's in the box. We got a handle, we got a cover wheel and a wheel and another wheel. Let's see, we got looks like a pedestal brace. We've got that's like the pedestal holder with a bearing center. Get this styrofoam off right here. All right, and we got the big old mixer here. Let's see, we got this piece here. This is like that, the bracket, the support bracket. And here's one foot right here. This is the yeah, that's a foot. And let's see, we got a couple orange swivel brackets, and then we got the big drum itself right here, other side of the drum, and there is the motor assembly. We have everything laid out here, and really there's only 13 pieces. And the things I named them as I was pulling them out, I can obviously see I was wrong on a bunch of them. We'll find out as we go to step-by-step putting this together. I gotta show you something else though. Check this out. This is the hardware kit. All the nuts, bolts, springs, fasteners, and everything's labeled 1 through 9. It even has what tool and what size you're gonna need. See, you're gonna need 2 17mm wrenches right there. You got 13mm, you have pliers, screwdriver. That's pretty awesome. As far as tools go, you only need 4 different things. You're gonna need a 13mm wrench, you're gonna need a 17mm wrench, you're gonna need a Phillips head screwdriver, and you're gonna need a pair of needle nose pliers. Now, if you want a socket and ratchet wrench to go along with that, or a adjustable like crescent wrench, or just a second of each of the box end wrenches, that will help. Make sure you put all this together properly. Of course, it does come with an installation and operator's manual. I've looked it over. It seems very, very simple, step by step, what tool to use, what part to use, and where to put it. First step, put the wheels on. I love, again, with the hardware kit, it says step 1, what tool you're gonna need, needle nose pliers, and what parts you're gonna need, which are gonna be these washers and these pins. You can't beat that. That makes it so, so simple. All you gotta do, take a pin, slide it through the back hole, use your needle nose pliers, bend it up and away so it retains in there, slide a washer over, take your wheel with the open face facing towards the axle, slide it over, then just take another washer, put that on the outside right there, take another pin, slide it up through the hole, oops, gotta make sure you get the washer through there, turn it around backwards, get your needle nose pliers, bend that one away, and we are wheel number 1 on. Same thing on this side, slide a pin through, bend it down, boom, washer, wheel, washer, pin, get it on the right side, backwards there, peel it back, boom, wheel number 2 on. Step number 2, we got our package number 2 with our M8 by 70 and 2 13mm wrenches. Gonna put these 2 pieces, the foot and the mounting support together. Should be pretty simple. Got our support leg and our frame. Gonna line the holes up. For the YM0115 mixer, which we have, we're gonna use the bottom set of holes. You can customize by using the other holes if you want, which will change the height of the leg there. So all we gotta do is put on a flat washer, lock washer, and a nut. Get that one on. We're going to use 13mm to tighten them up. There we go. Do the same thing on the hole right here. Get that lined up. There we are. Again, flat washer, lock washer, and nut. And this is the point we're going to just tighten them down. This isn't one where you want to have to keep loose while you're doing it. We're just going to tighten this down completely right from the get-go. Again, you can use a socket wrench if you want, 13mm, both sides. Get it tight. Step 3, we're going to put the wheels on using the Step 3 hardware kit. Again, very, very simple. 2 13mm wrenches, the M8x70s with the lock washer, flat washer, and nuts. They're making this really easy on us. Now to attach the wheel assembly to the frame, I'm going to slide the bracket over here with the angle facing the frame. Take my bolt, slide it from the back, get it in, flat washer, lock washer, nut. Can't be more simple, I'll tell you, really, guys. Get line this one up. Get it lined up, there we go. Got to get it, yeah, this is a little bit, yeah, there we go. Line it up all the way through. Come on. Where's it at? There it is. Boom. All right. Flat washer, lock washer, and nut. There we go, 13mm. Hand tight first. Again, a ratchet would probably make this a lot quicker, a lot easier, but I'm showing you with the tools they recommended in the instruction manual. Socket, way to go, I'm telling you right now. So, get it tight, all the way tight. One more, and you are done. Step 4 has an M8x65 bolt with a lock washer, flat washer, and nut. Also has a spiral ring, a little snap ring that's going to hold the shaft onto the bracket. Now we're going to place our bottom drum on this support bracket. This is one with the shaft exposed. We went with the angle facing in, slide it over. Then we got to attach this snap ring. Get it lined up with it. Pop it on around, pops right in place. Now we lift the bottom drum up and slide the brackets down in each post. Again, this bracket goes on the wheel side. This bracket that comes attached to the bottom drum is on the foot side. Bolt through the hole, flat washer, lock washer, nut. Same thing on this side. Nut on there. Same 13mm wrenches we've been using. Tighten away. All right, once you got that tightened, move over here to this side. Hand tight first, save you a little time. Again, ratchet would make this so much easier. But you gotta use what you gotta use, don't you? There we go. All right, one more and tight. Step 5 uses an M8 Phillips head bolt. It also uses some leather washers. The leather washers are going to be going between the blade and the drum. Then of course you have your flat washer, your lock washer, and your nut. You're going to need a Phillips head screwdriver and again that 13mm wrench. Push your bolt up through your leather washer right there. That leather washer is going to go again between the blade and the drum. It serves two purposes. It insulates the blade from the drum and also holds the bolt up while you're trying to put it together. I think that's pretty convenient. Now for the hardest part, the most totally messed up part is putting your wears or your blades in. It looks difficult. So what you do is take the small bottom pieces, and you see this angled bracket right here and this angled bracket. The drawing shows the small piece going down closest to you. And you can see there's this flat bracket over here if you want to get a relationship. And then do the small piece right here down against. Now you can think about it. These bolts here, these flat plates here are going to attach to the top of the drum. So this is how it should look right there, okay? So small bracket end goes down to the bottom, large bracket in at the top, and you're going to see this one is slanted towards you, this one's slanted towards me, and this one's angled back to my left, this one's angled back to my right. Now we're going to put the nuts and washers on, get the nuts and washers on, then you'll see how it makes a little more sense. Start off with my flat washer, my lock washer, and my nut on this one. Again, that leather washer is holding it in place. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. Put my flat washer, lock washer, and nut. Just get them hand tight. Again, you're just gonna get them hand tight here because we're gonna have to get them, get the top drum on, then we have to come in and tighten them after that. So You'll see hand tight. Now this is how it should look. Right there. Step 6 has M8 by 20 screw head bolts again. We've also got 2 of the leather washers. Again, that goes between the blades and the top drum. And there's the 2 with the lock washers also go on the blades. Now the other 6 don't have lock washers. They're gonna fasten the top drum to the bottom drum. Got our top drum, and the top drum has this yellow arrow right here, and there's a yellow arrow on the front as well. So put your top drum piece on your bottom drum piece, come over here and line up the arrows. Once you got the arrows lined up, you're gonna look down here and you're gonna think, oh no, these wears or blades don't match. They're right. I did misspeak earlier. These do have lock washers. So bolt, flat washer, lock washer, nut. Stick the bolt through the hole. We got 6 of these holes all the way around. Flat washer first, then the lock washer, and then the nut. I'm gonna go ahead and get all 6 of them in, then tighten them down. Then we're gonna work on those inside blades. And again, when you put this top drum on, you thought, oh no, it didn't match up. Well, if you did it the way I said, it'll match up. So, all right, let's get this next one on over here. Again, flat washer. You may have to turn this towards me. That's one of the nice things. You can just turn it all around, keep it going. And, all right, I gotta do this 6 times, so see you in a minute. Now that I have all the bolts, nuts, washers in, I can go around, come behind, and tighten each one of them. I find it pretty easy just to spin around, do each one. Again, there's 6 of them. Overall, this thing's not too hard to put together. The only thing is those blades. Those blades are kind of odd. But once you get it figured out, it's no big deal. No big deal at all. Wow. Should be the last one, I think. Come on. Yep. All right. Now let's get to these blades. So it looks like these blades do not match up to any side, but they do. They really do. So I'm gonna take this closest one to me right here, and I'm gonna bend it down, and you'll see it will bend up and line up with this hole facing me. So what I'm gonna do is get a bolt, put it through the hole, and put the leather washer on it, okay? Put the leather washer on it. It goes all the way through. Remember that? Just like we did on the bottom side. That holds it in place. So now, I've got the flat washer, lock washer, and nut. I'm going to slide it right over. Boom. Once you've got it slid over, it should hold in place. I'm going to get the flat washer, lock washer, and then get my nut there. Boom. And that should tighten up by hand. Get it hand tight, we'll move on to the other side. Now for the second blade, again, put the bolt through the hole. Got the leather washer, stick it on. Again, sorry I'm not giving you any close-ups on this. It's just really hard to do inside the drum there. But I think you get the gist of it. The leather washer on the bolt. Push the blade up next to it. And then I got the, put that on there. Tilt it a little bit. Then get the flat washer, lock washer, and nut. All right, I'm gonna get tightened down by hand, then I'll tighten with a wrench. Now that I got all those hand tight, I can get my wrench on there, tighten it down. And each time you see me tighten with the screwdriver, I always go back and then tighten with the wrench side, because the wrench side can tighten a lot more than the screwdriver side. You probably saw me do that when I put the top drum on the bottom. I just tightened with the screwdriver, came back, tightened it with the wrench, holding the screwdriver in place. A little pro tip right there. Always tighten it tighter when you try to turn the nut versus the bolt or the screw. Almost always. All right. Whoo, next step. All right, I want to give you a real good view of the top so you can see these blades before we move. Okay, so the small little bracket attaches to the bottom. The flat, bigger side attaches to the top. I rotate it around until it met right there. And I'll turn it around this way. See the same thing right there. Small piece at the bottom. big flat bracket at the top, rotate it around. Got the leather washer in between. We got the bolt on the outside, and then the, you can't really see it from here, the nut and the lock washer, flat washer on the inside. But there you go. Step 7 has 2 M8x25 bolts with flat washers, lock washers, and nuts. Guys, there's only 9 steps. We're almost done. Let's get the tipping bar on, but before we do that, we gotta get the locking collar. So the locking collar has 2 holes in it. Line it up right there. We've got our bolts. Slide them in from the front. Again, flat washer, lock washer, and nut. We're gonna do this times 2. Gotta get this side over here. Again, I'm thinking that this has been a pretty easy project so far. Yeah, the blades, getting those aligned was the only kind of hard part there. And I'll get my M13 wrenches, get these tightened up, get the tipping bar on. Each of them hand tight. Once they're hand tight, get the wrench on there. Again, tighten the nut. You can tighten the outside like this, but tightening the nut last. Get it nice and snug. Nice and snug. All right, get this side here. And there we go. And tighten the back one. And nice and snug. Step 8 has an M10 by 65 inch bolt. Has a long spring that's going to go over it. Also has 2 flat washers and a lock nut this time. We're going to use this to mount the tilt arm onto the locking plate and give it a little bit of spring action. I'm going to take the spring, slide it down into the tilt arm with the bracket facing the locking ring, lock it in place right there. Then I'm going to take the screwdriver and go right through the hole there. This is not in the instructions, but this thing's hard to get down there. So I get my bolt with a flat washer and then start sliding the screwdriver back till I can get that bolt in, because that's the hard part. You get the line up. There we go. Get the line up there. Woo, that's hard to get in there. Once you finally get that on, put your flat washer and your lock nut over the tilt arm. All right, get 2 17-inch wrenches here and commence the tightening. All right. And this is a lock nut, so it's just going to be tight all the way around. Step 9 and the last step has 4 M8 lock nuts. We're going to put the motor housing onto the drum and they'll get to test this thing out. Motor housing transmission has a spline female receptacle. I'm going to slide that right over this male shaft sticking out of the drum. So we're just going to flip it around, have the bolts, line everything up, and then I got the tilt arm unlocked so I can rotate it. Once I get it rotated, I can slide the bolts in and put locking nuts on, just like that. 1, 2, and then bottom 3. Again, hand tight. They are lock nuts, so you ain't got to worry about too much for there. And then 4, get this one over here on this side. And it's a M13 to tighten all these up. Okay, start tightening. Again, I think a ratchet would be a little bit better, but I'm doing what the instructions say for sake of this how-to is set up. Make sure when you tighten these lock nuts up, you do it in a crisscross pattern. You don't want to get that shaft cockeyed on the transmission there, so just go one side, crisscross, crisscross. And once you got them tight, we're going to be able to test the tilt function. Before we power it up for the first time, let's go over the operations of the tilt. Okay, so let's move it over to the first set of holes. This first set of holes is called the mortar load mix position. If you're doing mortar, you're going to put it straight into here, and then you can mix it in this position. For concrete, you're going to go down another set, and right here, the second tilt position is for concrete. Now you want to go to discharge. You want to pour it out, go all the way down, boom, boom, boom. There you go. You can start pouring it out, lock it in different positions. And of course, when you want to store this thing, you don't want water or rain to get in it. Tilt it all the way down, upside down, and now you're in the storage position. This is a 4 cubic foot mixer. Does have a 0.68 horsepower motor for 500 watts. Can hold 275 pounds, weighs 100 pounds on its own. Does have a 15-inch opening at the top, and you will need a 15 amp 120 volt circuit to run it. Sorry about the generator noise there. We are off grid here. We've got controls down here, red for stop, green for go. I push the green and it starts to roll. It stays rolling until I push the red button, then it stops. Hope you enjoyed today's video of me showing you how to set up and use your 4.0 cubic foot YardMax electric concrete mixer. We've got so much to do here on the Ridge, and this concrete mixer is going to be invaluable. We got to pour some footers for a 48 solar panel array. It's a carport. It's going to be used here on the Ridge to park 4 cars under it as well. We're building an off-grid barn dominium. We've got a shed to powerhouse for all the inverter and solar equipment. Lots going on. So make sure you subscribe not only to RidgeLife's reviews and how-tos, but to RidgeLife and RidgeLife Ramblings as well. It's 100% free. Hit that notification bell to be notified anytime a new video comes out. Until next time, I hope everyone has a blessed day, and go RidgeLife.